Overthinking can be a frustrating habit that can lead to stress, anxiety, and indecision. Here are some strategies to help you stop overthinking. 1. Recognize and acknowledge the pattern. The first step is to become aware that you are overthinking. Notice when your thoughts become repetitive, excessive, or self-critical. 2. Challenge your thoughts. When you catch yourself overthinking, ask yourself if there is evidence to support your thoughts. Often overthinking is based on unfounded assumptions or worst-case scenarios. Try to challenge these thoughts with more realistic and objective perspectives. 3. Practice mindfulness. Engage in activities that help you stay present. Mindfulness exercises such as deep breathing, meditation, or yoga can help you focus on the present moment and let go of racing thoughts. 4. Set limits on thinking time. Allocate specific time for problem solving or decision making. Allow yourself a set amount of time to think through a problem, but when the time is up, commit to making a decision or taking action. 5. Distract yourself. Engage in activities that redirect your attention away from overthinking. Find hobbies or tasks that require your full concentration and immerse yourself in them. 6. Focus on action. Instead of ruminating on what-ifs and hypotheticals, take action towards resolving the issue. Break it down into small manageable steps and focus on moving forward. 7. Practice self-compassion. Be kind to yourself and acknowledge that overthinking is a common struggle. Treat yourself with empathy and understanding, just as you would a friend facing a similar challenge. 8. Talk it out. Share your concerns or thoughts with a trusted friend, family member, or therapist. Expressing your thoughts and feelings can provide a new perspective and help you gain clarity. 9. Challenge perfectionism. Overthinking is often linked with a desire for perfection. Remind yourself that it's okay to make mistakes and that perfection is unrealistic. Focus on progress rather than flawless outcomes. 10. Limit exposure to triggers. Identify situations, environments, or people that tend to fuel your overthinking. Try to minimize exposure to these triggers or develop strategies to cope with them effectively. Remember, breaking the pattern of overthinking takes time and practice. Be patient with yourself and celebrate small victories along the way. If your overthinking becomes overwhelming or affects your daily functioning, consider seeking support from a mental health professional. Once upon a time, in a small village, there lived a young man named Siddhartha, who was known for his deep contemplation and overthinking. No matter how minor or major a situation was, Siddhartha would always find himself trapped in a web of thoughts, worrying and analyzing every aspect of it. His mind became a constant battlefield, and he yearned for a way to free himself from this mental turmoil. Siddhartha had heard of a renowned teacher named Buddha, who was said to possess great wisdom and insights into the human mind. Recognizing that he needed guidance, Siddhartha embarked on a journey to find Buddha and seek his teachings on how to overcome overthinking. After a long and arduous trek, Siddhartha finally arrived at the temple where Buddha was residing. With a humble heart and a determined spirit, Siddhartha approached Buddha and explained his predicament. Buddha smiled kindly at Siddhartha and invited him to sit down. "My esteemed teacher, please guide me on how to stop overthinking," Siddhartha requested with eagerness. Buddha, appearing composed and serene, looked intently into Siddhartha's eyes and began his tale. Once there was a farmer who owned a vast piece of land. The farmer would constantly worry about the weather conditions, the soil quality, and the pests that could damage his crops. He was consumed by anxious thoughts, always wondering if he had done enough to safeguard his farm. One day, while working in his fields, the farmer noticed a group of birds joyfully hopping and chirping near his crops. Surprisingly, he realized that these birds were feasting on the insects that were harming his plants. The farmer was astonished to see that nature had provided a natural balance to protect his farm. From that moment on, the farmer understood that he didn't need to worry and overthink every single aspect of his farm. He started to trust in the inherent wisdom of nature and had faith that everything would work out in its own time. Rather than focusing on his worries, he decided to be diligent in his efforts and surrender the rest to the natural order of things. Siddhartha listened attentively to Buddha's story, reflecting on its meaning. He understood that, like the farmer, he too needed to trust in the natural flow of life and have faith that everything would unfold as it should. He realized that excessive thinking and worry only served to rob the present moment of its joy and serenity. With newfound clarity, Siddhartha thanked Buddha for his profound teaching. He resolved to embrace the present moment, releasing his habit of overthinking and trusting in the natural order of the universe. As the days went by, Siddhartha practiced the art of mindfulness and letting go of unnecessary worries. With each passing moment, he found himself becoming more present, peaceful, and content. The burden of overthinking lifted, and Siddhartha discovered the true beauty of living in the here and now. And so Siddhartha's journey to find a solution to his overthinking came to an end, as he realized that the key to stopping overthinking lay within himself all along. He had learned a valuable lesson from Buddha: the power of trusting in the inherent wisdom of life and embracing the present moment with an open heart and mind.